Hey, it's Adele from Let's Get Inkie, and we're jumping into some journal with me today. Today, we're going to focus on tip-ins. And if you're not familiar with a tip-in, basically it's just a flippy flap that you can stick on the side of your journal, the top of your journal, wherever you want it to flip out from. And they're really great to include in traveler's notebooks because it gives you a lot more space to journal or stick extra photos or just make it a bit more interactive than it would be otherwise. So I am scrapping these photos of my mum and my nana with baby Violet today, and she was so little and squishy. And I am making a tip in because I had too many photos. So these were extra ones that didn't make it into my scrapbook album because I had multiple copies of them. So they are in my scrapbook album, I should say, but these are some extra ones. And I wanted to try and hide the tape here. So I've put double-sided tape all over my photo, and I'm adding a thick washi tape here to the side. That little bit of washi can go there for later. If you are a new inklet, something you should know about me is I really like adhesive. I love adhesive. And I live in Australia, so the climate here, we go from very, very, very hot, as in like up to 45-degree days, down to cold, cold days, and we often live in damp rentals, and so I have to use a lot of adhesive because otherwise all of my things fall off with the big change in climate and temperature and things. So yes, I do probably use more tape than the average person, but that's okay. So now I did add extra tape, of course, to my washi because washi and me we don't have a good relationship. It just never works for me. Like I said, just because of the humidity, it gets so hot in summers here and it just wilts off the page. So I added some washi there and I sandwiched it in between my two photos, and then I'm adding my other photo on top here. So you can only see like a tiny little piece of that washi tape, and I really like that. I added this little sticker tab. I think it's a hiiiii swap one from a while ago. They were in my loose ephemera container that I put kind of ephemera that doesn't have a home or hasn't made its way back to its home yet. And so I'm trying being the key word, I'm trying to use up a few more things from there before going towards, my sticker sheets, just because the sticker sheets are so easy to use. So I wanted to stick down lots of, pretty florals and just like nice, happy, whimsical type stickers for this one. Because whenever I think of my nana, I always think of florals because she is a floral queen, always has been. And I think that's where I and my mum also get our flower. Like, we just love flowers. We love to wear them. I love to grow them. We just love them. So I try to stick as many as possible on here. I'm using a range of stickers today. I try to use the clear stickers in my traveler's notebook as opposed to in my Project Life scrapbooking album, just because I am more likely, sorry, I got a frog in my throat. I'm more likely to be guaranteed a pale background where the clear sticker will be able to be seen. Whereas when I use them in my Project Life album, it's often on top of a journaling card or on top of a photo, and you've got to compete with the things behind the clear sticker. I do prefer solid stickers than clear stickers, but I have a lot in my stash, so I'm trying to use them. And I would love to know if you're someone who scrapbooks and journals, do you have different areas in your craft stash where you store your things? Do you have different supplies that you use for each of them, or do you tend to just use the same supplies? I started doing 2 different supplies, but now I use the same, and I'm trying to use some of it more. So this is that ephemera that doesn't have a home container that I was talking about before. And as you can see, she's bursting. She needs a bit of an intervention and a decluttering. And so I am just going through and finding whatever I can use. This is a container that, in all honesty, I rarely reach for when I'm scrapbooking, just because, I don't know, it just requires effort to fiddle through it and to find the buried treasure that I'm looking for. And I just feel when I'm scrapping, I want to stick and plonk with ease. Whereas when I'm journaling, I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's because it's a little bit more of a informal process for me because it's in a book, and it's not on a page in a precious page protector, that type of thing. I don't know. I'd love to know your thoughts on that, and if you do both, how you feel about them, and the differences or similarities between them. Also, so this obviously is a picture of my Nana, and the kids call her Great Nana, and she's not doing too well at the moment. She's recently just moved in permanently with my parents, and she just celebrated her 93rd birthday, and I took her out to an orchid show, just the two of us, for her birthday, and she really loved it, but she's not doing too well. But I would love to show her this video and give her a bit of a boost. Oh, sirens. Sorry, the siren's going past my window. I would love to give her a bit of a boost in just cheeriness. So if you wanted to leave my Nana just like a little hello in the comments section, I'd really appreciate it, and I'll be showing them all to her, just because, you know, it's quite, you get a bit down when you start to lose your independence, and I think it would be a fantastic way to boost her spirits. So I'd really appreciate that if you wanted to. If you just heard the timer in the background there, all the noises, the sirens, the beepings of the timer, I am cooking brownies because, oh, hang on, we'll get to brownies in a second. Jan's hands, we're done the first page. And so I just added a little bit of journaling about how, Violet is extra special because she shares the same middle name as my Nana. So they both have the middle name of Dorothy, because of Nana. That's why I picked it. And so those first photos of her meeting Violet are very, very special. Back to brownies. Okay, peeps, I discovered something that I'm sure my US and other Costco place people have known for a while, but is it Ghirardelli? Is that the brand? Oh my gosh, their brownies are incredible. Probably filled with a lot of numbers and sugars and things that I shouldn't be eating, but holy moly, they are the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. We braved Costco the other week, which was a whole experience because, of course, we have a 2 and a 5-year-old, and that's fun. Costco's about an hour away from us, and they both get car sick. But we've been able to give Arch car sickness pills, which has helped him a lot, and otherwise we wouldn't be able to do the trip. But we went to Costco and I found these brownies, and I had heard a few YouTube peeps that I follow, like the Wads, and who's the other one that mentioned it? Might have been She's in Her Apron, possibly. They've talked about them before, and so I was really excited, and I was like, oh, I'll give them a go, give them a try. Holy moly, they're life-changing. This is, I feel really bad to admit this, but this is the 3rd batch that I've made this week. Yeah, I'm not allowed to make any next week, but in all defences, it's the end of the week, so technically it's like the next week anyway. Oh, no, it's not. But anyway, they're delicious. I'm sorry if I am making you crave brownies. If you're watching this, I'm hoping they won't burn. I've only got a few minutes of voiceover, so they should be right. Hopefully, I'll eat them anyway. All right, so for this tip-in, I am using a folded piece of paper instead of using the photos. And that was just a leftover bit of scrappy paper, and I just stuck half of it on and then had the other half flippy flapping out. Now, this tip-in is definitely more secure, definitely more structurally sound. It does add, I find, a bit more chunkiness just because you are bending scrapbook paper, which is often quite thick, and it does add a little bit of bulk. But if you're clever with where you put your tip in, as in you put it, it will be on the edge of your page, but if you make sure that it's not an area that you've done a heap of chunkiness in the same spot on previous pages, you should be all good. So I'm using some sweet little clear stickers from Cocoa Vanilla, just popping them here. So these are some photos. I'm very behind, as with all of my crafts, very behind in documenting. Violet's now 2.5, so yeah, you can see how long ago these were. And so when she was born, we were having catastrophic fires here where I live. And so that photo on the inside is the sky. The sky was orange for days and days, with all of the smoke and things that were going on. And it was also boiling hot. I think we got up to 45 that week, and they called it a catastrophic weather event because the conditions were just there were so many fires going on. The conditions just weren't helping at all, and so I did want to document that. I've talked about it a bit in my scrapbook album, but I also just wanted to write a little bit about it here because it did really shape our first few weeks with her. Because of Aaron's asthma, we weren't going outside because it was really flaring up, and now Violet has asthma as well. But yeah, at the time we basically just stayed inside for weeks, whereas we would have probably been going for little walks locally, walking down to the shops that were down the road, seeing friends and family, meeting up in parks, that type of thing. But we did not. But no, I feel for, the fires in 2019, this was, they really hit a lot of people hard. And if you were any of those people affected by it, I am thinking of you, and I hope that you're doing okay now, all of these years later. And then we went straight into a pandemic, so that was great fun. So I'm just finishing up a little bit of journaling. Now, these are very photo heavy pages, and I like to do that every now and then. And just, really go hard on using some bigger photos. I tend to stick to the little ones, but sometimes it's nice to do something a bit different. Jazz hands, we're all done. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will be back next week on my main channel, Inkie Quill, with another one. I really appreciate a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I am loving doing the double journal with me videos. I've got a few more filmed for the next couple of months, so they'll be coming out soon. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on if you scrap and journal and how you differentiate them. But until next time, I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.